Welcome everyone back to another video on the Turbo Corolla. Today we're going to be making some much needed improvements to the exhaust system on this car. So a couple videos ago I installed this. This is the TurboKits.com 3-inch catback exhaust, and this is for a 10th gen Corolla, and obviously this is a 9th gen. And I test fitted this exhaust on there and it fits. This system does have a couple of issues when trying to put it on this car. To start off with, I couldn't use the provided exhaust tip because it's stuck too far past the bumper and it looked very silly like that. And the other issue is this right here. I've made a couple of markings, and the problem here is, unlike the standard 9th gen Corolla exhaust where it just goes straight back, the 10th gens start from here. They seem to go a little bit up, and then at this point here go downwards, and then they flatten out again in this area and go all the way back to the muffler. So the problem is just with this, when the exhaust is in the car, the muffler is attached and everything, this point right here hits the body of the car because it's too high up. That, of course, is not going to work. That's not good. What I'm going to do is cut up this new exhaust. Yeah, I know, I'm very much looking forward to doing that as well. But if I cut all of this out, it means I can attach this section from the cat over here and that section together, and there will be no curve or anything here. It'll just be flat. We need something here to connect this to that, and that's where this comes in. This is a giant resonator, and we'll attach it kind of like that. This resonator will go from here all the way down there and join these two pieces together. Now, of course, my measurements here might need some adjusting, and we might need to trim a little bit from here as well, just to make this fit the way I want it to. I think that should work. And of course, the other benefit of this is I'm going to have a resonator on this car again. As you can see with this exhaust system, it just has a cat converter and a muffler. There's no resonator. So I think with a resonator installed, I'll end up liking the sound of it even more. And one last thing over here that we'll do is I'm going to trim a little bit off of this. I did a little bit of measuring up while this muffler was in the car. If I cut around here and then clamp the exhaust tip pretty much right up to that weld there, then I'll be able to use this exhaust tip. So not only do I have to cut that, I also have to cut that as well. Nice. So with that being said, let's go ahead, get this party started, and let's cut into my new exhaust system. Look, I get it, a plastic table is not a real work table, but I'm also not a real mechanic, so it kind of checks out. Close enough. If it needs to be trimmed more, it needs to be trimmed more. Oh, I'm out of battery. Crap. So this is it. We've cut it up and put the resonator on, and now, I mean, kind of hard to see, but it's flat all the way from the cat to the connection to the muffler. We should be good. Obviously my specialty here, using clamps, because as you know, clamps are a much more professional way of putting an exhaust together than welding. Who needs welding, am I right? So the exhaust has been fully installed. There's where the cat converter meets the downpipe. That's where the resonator now sits, and going all the way back to where it joins the muffler there. And around the back here, that's where the exhaust tip comes out of. This looks a lot better now than the first time I put this exhaust on. Fairly similar to how much the TRD exhaust stuck out. So yeah, that looks good to me. One thing I do need to fix is coming up with a solution of attaching that exhaust hanger. Ooh, a little bit of surface rust there too I need to clean up. And another issue I can see is the muffler here looks real close to that heat shield. I need to see if there's a way I can just kind of push this a little bit more to the right, but overall looks alright. So with that, I'll give it a little start up and see if it sounds any different. Yeah, seems alright. A little bit quieter than before, which is very good. It also seems maybe slightly deeper in tone, but not by much. It sounds pretty similar with the resonator versus without, so I imagine the tone of this exhaust has more to do with what's in the muffler than anything else. That's probably why this exhaust doesn't come with a resonator, but it doesn't matter. I thought it was a little bit louder than I liked before, but now I think it's really good. Well, there we have it. That is the exhaust system of this car done. Just a couple minor things I need to still tweak with it, but overall, this is how this exhaust is going to be. Looking back on all this experience, getting this 10th gen exhaust, putting it all together, it would definitely have been more cost effective to have just gone to an exhaust shop and get something custom made in the first place, but it was an interesting experience overall. Thank you all very much for watching today's video. I do appreciate your time. Of course, I will have more sound clips and exhaust note clips of this car in the future with some POV driving videos and some other videos in general. I'll be sure you guys get to hear more of this car, get to hear how it sounds under load, that kind of stuff. For now, that is all I've got for you. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.